Hello, hi, it's Julie Wrathall here on the Bloomz Art House page. I have decided to do a live today and I'm going to show you some encaustic wax work that I've created up close so you can see some of the texture of some of the waxwork that I do. So, I'm going to jump straight in and I'll show you some of these pieces. So I've got these three pieces out at the moment that I thought I would show you. Let me see if I can catch them in the right light. So I'll kind of come in quite close up. So sometimes one of the things people often ask me is you can paint on with encaustic wax in any number of ways, and I use a number of different supports. So these ones are all painted on a rigid support, so a wooden board. It's not flexible, it's absorbent, but it's not it's solid, so it's not going to move and bend. And these are beautiful because you can actually just hang them straight onto your wall. They don't need to be framed, a bit like you would a canvas print. But what I'm hoping I can show you is some of the texture that you can get with wax. Can you, hopefully this is coming across okay. I can't see if anybody's watching live, so I'm just going to carry on. Can't see any comments or anything, but I'm hoping you can see and it's actually notoriously difficult to paint with wax. Sorry, not paint with it, to photograph wax, because encaustic work, just because it is, one thing is the texture, secondly, when you take a photograph, as you can see here, like the light will bounce off it. Now that's one of the things I love about wax work. It takes on a different persona in every area of the room. As you kind of follow it around, it does different things. You get different reactions, different lights. Hope you can see this texture on here. Hopefully you can. So, but this is what I love, and they're really robust. But they're really solid. And actually what these pieces do is they actually cure. I'm going to give you some close-ups of all three, and then I'll turn around and start chatting again. But I don't know if you can see, working with it, you sometimes push the paint down into this, so you get these beautiful textured areas, and you can either have them sort of naturally textured, or you can add your own imprint into the wax and use that. But you can then actually add paint and push it down into those holes, or leave it white underneath to kind of give you a variety of textures. This one has a little bit of gold leaf in flashes in places, which again you don't necessarily see straight. Maybe you can see this. Here we go. Hopefully you're back again. It's just had a bit of poor internet connection there. So I don't know if you can see these, where am I? Beautiful kind of colours that come through, and as you walk around the room, they look really different, and you just get these very, very different shades. And what happens as well, different times of the day, hoping you can see and hear this okay. If you're watching, please do pop in the comments below. Different times of the day. So these whites underneath, for example, and where the colour and the translucency is coming up through from below, they actually really reflect. So if on a bright sunny day, I can walk in on one day, and whilst they always look beautiful, it's quite a dull day today, but when the sun comes out, they will absolutely zing at you. They literally just sort of totally zing at you, and it's almost like, sometimes you can kind of forget the artwork that's on your wall, but actually with these, they really sort of stop you in your tracks. And I often find at different times of the year, they will react differently. So that's what they're almost like a living, breathing thing, really, that I find they come through as. So hi Stephanie, thanks for jumping on. I had really bad internet connection for a while, so I'm not sure if I wasn't sure if I was live or not. So anyway, fingers crossed these are. So I've just done a video and shown the texture of some of the three wax paintings that I've pulled out. I'll just turn it around quickly in case, but I was just trying to get across the texture that doesn't always come across in photographs, and just saying how it can be quite tricky to photograph encaustic work One, because it just changes continually throughout the day and the year, and secondly, because of this sort of reflective quality that you often get with the wax paintings. But they're just beautiful. Just beautiful. Anyhow, this one is called Dance Now. For me, it's always about a feeling that comes through when I'm painting and creating the piece, and it's an emotion really as much as anything. So yeah, this one is called Dance Now, and that name came to me as I was adding this silver leaf, and it was as I was singing Dance Now. So that was the title of that piece. This one is called Feels Like Home. I think it was called, I come from Cornwall, and we used to dig up, we used to go digging around in the garden, and I always used to find these beautiful little pieces of blue and white pottery, and I don't know, just the sense of that, the colour of it and the sense of it just reminds me of being at home in my garden, digging around in the garden. And so that one is called Feels Like Home, and it's purely because of that blue and that white. And again, as I say, it's always an emotion and a sense of that work that kind of comes across for me. And this piece is called Fire Within. Obviously the reds and everything, but to me it just fit. That was just again the name that came to me whilst I was creating and painting it, and it really is kind of feels like this. People often say they see images and faces and other things in my work after I finished it. Often I don't see that, but other people see them. So So anyway, feels like the sea. Yeah. Well, it is. To me, it's just that Cornish. Oh, I mean, it could be anywhere, but for me, that's what it feels like. So anyhow, there we go. So I thought I'd share 3 pieces with you today, just up close, so you can see some of the texture. I just wanted to explain a bit about the luminosity of wax paintings and how they can react with the light. I'm going to go next door now, and I'm going to continue on with my self-portrait that I started. You might have seen some in progress pictures that I've been doing. I'm going to carry on with that. So I'm going to probably do that on a time lapse, I think. And then I can just literally focus on that. And I hope I can continue to get the likeness. If you haven't seen it yet, let me show you. Only next door. Where am I? My little studio piece. Here we go. Oops, turn you around. So I started this a couple of days ago. I've got my hot plate here with all my colours mixed up. It should be just about, not quite hot enough yet, but nearly. It takes quite a long time to heat up, this one, but once it's hot, it stays at that perfect temperature continually. I love it. So yeah, this is a photograph of me when I was actually at, I think it might have even been one of our first Bloomz exhibitions. So yeah, that was when we were in lockdown, which our exhibitions held over Zoom. We go around and talk to all of the different Bloomz artists and chat away in each artist's individual meeting room per se. And I decided to use that as a go at a self-portrait. I haven't done a self-portrait in years, and I thought I'd try one in wax. I've never done one in wax, so I thought I would try that. So I'm going to time lapse that, or I'll do some videos throughout the day. But I thought I'd come on and do a quick live, show you the texture up close of wax, and and as I say, please do ask any questions during these lives. So if you've got questions that you want to know, just ask them, and I'll come. So I'm Artist of the Month on this page throughout the whole of February, so please do ask any questions and use this as an opportunity to find out a bit more about this beautiful medium that I paint with, which is all painted with hot molten beeswax, in case I didn't say that at the start. Anyhow, hello Sammy, thanks for jumping on as well, lovely to see you. Right, I'll say cheerio, and I will post this, post some photos. I seem to have issues with videos. They seem to be taking like a day. I don't know. I keep posting them and they disappear. So I will get them on. There might just be a bit of delay on the videos, but I will post some photos as well. Okay, see you soon. Bye.